Guys, going live real quick. I'm going to wait for some guys to come in the room real quick. A lot of things to talk about current event wise going into tomorrow and then Tuesday, of course, from the potential Trump arrest thing. So I'm going to allow some folks to get in the room. I've got Honey Island Outfitters right now. It says, tighten up. What is the best option for building an 5.56 AR? Man, I'm sure a lot of other people would probably agree that that's probably more likely. The best answer is, what are you willing to spend and what are you planning to use it for? That would be my guess. I don't think there's ever just one option for something like that. Hey, Deep South EDC, what's up, man? Good to see you, bud. I think with any gun, doesn't matter what it is, shotgun, rifle, pistol, what you're using it for, what your budget is, and what your needs are in issues like that. I think that's what's important. So again, I wouldn't say it's certainly not a one size fits all, but guys that are coming in the room, I'm letting a bunch of you guys roll in here before we start doing our live stream, the discussion of it. Want to talk about some things going up probably tomorrow and Tuesday, some things we're going to see. In the meantime, as you guys roll in, I'll try to do a little bit of calling out to you all. Again, Honey Island Outfitters was the first one to show up. Good to see you. Deep South EDC. Don Chris Christensen, veteran, looks like, is that LT or IT3? Casper 63, Daniel Waters, Roddy's Rule, I'm sorry. Round one, Cassidy Phillips, what's up, man? How you doing, bud? Ryan Monk, good to see you, buddy. The Sentinel, what's going on, man? Mike Lineberger, what's up, dude? Jason Fisher says, hey, Paul, can you do a video on the gun ban coming to Washington State? Man, I think I did. I'll check, Jason, to see, but I'm pretty sure that I did. Let me go back and dig in my archive and see if I can't find. Arrow Shogun says, will you do any videos on the 3 new gun control bills in Oregon? They now want to treat homemade firearms as NFA items. Arrow Shogun, if you will email me some links for me to pull that from, I will do my best to put something out on that. My email address, as always, is paul@legallyarmedamerica.com. Again, paul@legallyarmedamerica.com. Send me whatever you've got link-wise, and I'm happy to do some work on that for you, bud. Let's see. Mark Wilson, what's up, man? The Patriot Rock. Excuse me, guys. Gina Joe, what's up? John Zimmerman, Jay Raw Talk, Zanny Misfit, Freaky Frank Booth. Again, Ryan Monk's here. Krabby McCrab Face. Let's see. Michael Van Dyke, what's going on, dude? Good Red Man, Eddie Sanders, Emerson Chatton, Kenneth Drum. I may have covered everybody by now. Nope. Dying Breed. Yeah, Casper 63 asks, let me put that on there. Why isn't there a straight up legal challenge for the Second Amendment rights and the unconstitutional fee from government and the demands to force people to pay more money for a class for carrying? I agree. I mean, I can't disagree with that. I think that in many cases, that's a tax that shouldn't be levied to honest law-abiding people. I think that'd be a really good question for whoever your senator or representative in your area. I would challenge you to ask them that and see what their question is. You know what they're going to say, though. I'm a strong supporter of the Second Amendment, blah, 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 blah. But I would press them on that and have them answer that, because that is definitely a thing, if you know what I mean. Leo Kelly, Crazy Heathen. Let's see. I think that's it so far. A lot of you guys in here. Okay, I want to get right into a lot of what's going on, what's kind of happening over the last couple of days. If you missed the video that I put out, may have been yesterday, on Trump being arrested. Of course, there's a lot of information going on out there right now, a lot of different, I guess, ideas of what might be happening. I ran across this not long ago on Breitbart. Let me get over to this. Let's see here. Headline, Breitbart News. Former U.S. attorney argues Trump could be indicted for same thing Clinton was fined for. I'm going to read some of this to you guys. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, that's the guy who's trying to levy these charges against Trump and potentially arrest him. He's essentially using the same legal theory to potentially indict former President Donald Trump that Hillary Clinton's campaign was fined for, not put in jail, not arrested, but fined for, argued former U.S. Attorney Brett Tolman. Tolman asserted Saturday that Bragg's legal theory that Trump tried to hide a campaign expenditure by using his then lawyer to pay porn actress Stormy Daniels $130,000 in alleged hush money before the 2016 presidential elections would have applied to Clinton when her campaign hid a payment for the phony Russian P dossier against Trump as legal fees. So what they're saying is, what's being alleged is that Trump, Michael Cohen, for instance, Trump's attorney, is the one who is supposedly out of his pocket paid Stormy Daniels $130,000 to shut up about some alleged affair that happened. So he paid out of his pocket. Trump then allegedly repaid that $130,000 through legal fees. In other words, calling it legal fees when it was actually a transfer of funds for that. Now, my question to that is, how do we know it wasn't legal fees? How do we know Michael Cohen still didn't work for that $130,000 and it wasn't just a replacement of the $130,000 that Cohen had paid out? Nevertheless, if this was an arrestable offense, why wasn't Clinton arrested? If it's not an arrestable offense, then why are we talking about this with Trump being arrested, potentially being arrested? Hush money is hush money. Didn't Bill Clinton pay, was it Paula Jones, $850,000 in hush money? I don't understand. I'm not saying any of this is okay. I'm not saying it's okay to cheat on your wife or your husband. I'm not saying it's okay to cover that up. My point is, why are we talking about this with Donald Trump when all these other people in the past have done these things before? In fact, there's a slush fund in Congress for U.S. congressmen and U.S. senators of our money that they use to pay off bribes, used to pay off lawsuits for all the sickos that we have in Washington, D.C. that are fondling kids and raping women. We have a fund that they pull from whenever they have been busted raping somebody, molesting somebody, or anything like that. It's our money. It's taxpayer money. Again, the government doesn't make anything. They have no way of producing money other than what they steal from us. So they have a fund that they use specifically for this instance. I think Bob Menendez, I'm pretty sure he has taken advantage of that fund to pay off people. I think it was a 14-year-old altar boy or something like that he raped, molested or something like that. He's still in office, yet we write a check for somebody else and it goes away using our taxpayer money. So we're actually okay with that. And I'm saying this facetiously. The taxpayers are okay with that because you're already stealing our money to do this very thing that apparently Trump's attorney did. But yet this is an arrestable offense. If Trump can be arrested for this, then why isn't Hillary Clinton? Why isn't Bill Clinton? And why aren't all the senators and congresspersons in the United States Senate and Congress going to be arrested also for paying hush money to other folks? Again, these are questions that we ask rhetorically because we know that nobody is going to ever provide us an answer. And we know that everybody's just lying about it. I'm trying to find more language on that. Let's see. Here we go. Former New York police officer and conservative pundit John Cordillo tweeted, where is it? Bill Clinton paid Paula Jones $850,000 and no one cared. Hillary campaign was actually fined for hiding the Steele dossier, which was all false and fake anyway, under legal fees. Certainly the same legal theory on the essentially the same legal theory on the Stormy Daniels payments. The DA is running criminal investigations of Trump. Let's see. Indeed, the Federal Election Commission in March 2022 fined Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign and the Democratic National Committee for not properly disclosing payments for the so-called P dossier that the DOJ and FBI relied on to investigate Trump for alleged Russian collusion. Oh, gosh. Campaigners campaigns are supposed to report expense over $200 and disclose the purpose of the expense. However, the Clinton campaign and the DNC funneled their payments for the dossier totaling more than $1 million through the Democrat law firm Perkins Cohen. Now they got fined. I don't see where it says what they got fined. Here, maybe it's right here. According to FTC, Perkins paid opposition research more than $1 million. Clinton campaign about $850,000. Yeah, I didn't say what the fine amount. Oh wait, here we go. the FEC fined the Clinton campaign $8,000. Wow. And the DNC $105,000 for reporting the payments as legal services. So it's not really a big deal. You know, $8,000, $850,000. These people don't care. That's not a big deal to them. So again, it looks like that's the language they're going to be using to try to hit Trump at this. Now, it's definitely smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of just games that they're playing right here, trying to see what in the world is that Dolly Parton versus what. I don't even know why that's there. I'm misclicking on stuff right now. So let's see what else Breitbart has to say about this. I'm sure they have other things going on there. By the way, today is the 20th anniversary of the Iraq war thing. What a mess that was. Here's something that I found interesting. Michael Cohen. See if I can pull this up where you guys can see this. Is it not going to come up? There we go. Okay. Cohen says, I've been asked to be available to New York City grand jury as a rebuttal witness. So Michael Cohen, a former, let me blow this up a little bit so you can see it. Oh, it's not blowing up. Okay. I'm not going to blow this up. Michael Cohen, a former personal attorney for Donald Trump, said Sunday on MSNBC's Alex, let me blow this up where you can at least see it better than this without my face being on here. Maybe that'll make it a little bit larger where you can read that text. Sorry, my internet is a little bit slow today. Michael Cohen, a former personal attorney for Donald Trump, said Sunday on MSNBC's Alex Witt Reports that prosecutors from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office convening a grand jury as part of a criminal probe into 2016 hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels have asked him to come in Monday as a rebuttal witness. Cohen said this morning, I did receive a whole slew of phone calls from journalists asking me if I'm going to be back in the DA's office tomorrow as a rebuttal witness to whoever it is they're bringing there tomorrow. Whether it's before the grand jury or it's just to meet with them for an interview, I'm not sure yet. But yes, I was asked to make myself available and to be at the DA's office tomorrow as a rebuttal witness. Would ask rebuttal to whom or for what? Has that been clarified? Cohen said, no, I don't know who the person is. Obviously, once they find out who the person is, I'll know what the issue is. I was personally involved. Again, I don't know. It's a little premature for me to be answering any questions on a topic that I don't know. So this is really nothing right here. I thought maybe he knew something at this point. Let's scroll through here and see if there's anything else. Okay, this is kind of a good point right here. Look what I have on screen right now. I've got your boy Biden and some stuff about Hunter is on there. Nothing is a coincidence, right? Nothing is. You find it a little bit odd that we're talking about this Trump story right now, right in the middle of new evidence that they found that more than just Hunter and Joe got money. A lot of the Bidens got money from China. In fact, Joe's daughter got money from China. She does nothing, did nothing, but got millions of dollars. I think everybody, even the wackos on the far left, have accepted the fact that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden are corrupt and they accepted money. Why nothing's being done about it, I don't know. But it's almost like the left has even accepted that. Like they're like, yeah, we know Joe did this. But what you find kind of odd is that nobody's doing anything to them. So now whenever we find a new Biden that's receiving illegal money from China, now it's a story. Because, again, they've accepted the fact that Joe and Hunter are crooked, and now they're just like, well, whatever, somebody else. So does it make you wonder that we're focusing on Trump once again And all of a sudden, we're forgetting that there's new evidence that proves that Joe and Hunter both were in China's back pocket and most likely still are, which means that our country is compromised. Guys, I'm gonna roll this back over so that we can get some answers, some questions and answers. I know I put Q&A on this thing, and I don't want to forget about all of that. So I want to make sure that we keep that in there. Guys, excuse me, since we don't get to do this very often, if you would, any questions or comments that you have, throw them at me. I'm going to hopefully answer them for about another, let's see, what time is it? 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Because I got a lot of work on a lot of other videos we're going to put out tomorrow. So if you have some questions, hit me with them. Don't forget tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That we will have our newest episode of Thinktown Podcast. On the Thinktown Podcast, of course, we have Chad Marino, Kendall Pruitt, and Mackenzie Thorne that are also joining me on that podcast. It's a really good podcast, a lot of fun. We go over current events, kind of like what we're talking about today with the Trump thing. I know we'll talk about the Trump thing tomorrow, and it's going to be more topical and not just Second Amendment type stuff. It's whatever's out there. Let's see. I'm just reading through your comments right now. So definitely check that out, the Thinktown Podcast. I'll be on that every week. For now, we're streaming it also through the Legally Armed America YouTube page, but not just there. It'll be on the Thinktown Podcast as well. Dan hates you. What is the capital of Turkmenistan? Hang on, I'll tell you. I know you know, but I want to show you how capable I am of figuring these things out myself. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Let's see. All right. It's Ashgabat. Turkmenistan is sparsely populated with a population of just 5.4 million people in 2016. Capital and largest city is Ashgabat. And it's got a different spelling in a different type of font that I'm not familiar with. So come on, man. Hit me with something better than that. Hit me with something that Google can't necessarily. Wait, let me put your question up there. Hit me with something better than that, man. Let's see. Chris Matthews says, Paul, have you heard anything else from NRA current condition? I still plan on going, hopefully. No, Chris, I have not heard anything else regarding the NRA. I know that based on a video that I put out a month ago, maybe, that they are supposed to run out of money right about the time the NRA show hits in Indianapolis. Now, I've already purchased my hotel room. I've already purchased, let me get that off of there. I've purchased my hotel room and I've purchased my, oh gosh, I'm really not good at doing this by myself. I should have put your question up there. Where in the heck is it? Sorry, guys. Here we go. I've gotten my hotel room, my airline tickets and everything's paid for. So hopefully they still have the thing. But again, reports are that the NRA, based on their cash flow, that they're going to run out of money. They have a revolving credit limit of $28 million. The last I checked, they were over that by $3 million at $31 million. So their credit limit is limited at 28 and they've borrowed 31. So chances are they're not going to be able to borrow anything else. That means that they have nothing because they're borrowing beyond their borrowing power. So it's very possible that maybe the last minute they pull the plug on it. Maybe they get enough people who have put money into it. Because again, people are paying to be at the NRA show. Maybe that's some funds that they're going to actually use to still be able to put the show on. But it does look like the NRA is imploding. And will be interesting to see what happens there. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through your comments, guys. Trying to do a pretty decent little Q&A right here. I'm not good at doing this by myself sometimes. No, Emerson Chatton says, any updates on the pistol brace rules seen by a judge yet? Yeah, judges have been looking at it, and there are a lot of lawsuits that are taking place right now. Nothing official has come out of any of those cases right now. As you know, there's tons of cases, GOA, FPC, just tons of people who are filing lawsuits right now. And it looks like that's going to be something that we're going to see more and more of as it comes down. You know, more people will jump on. A lot of these companies like CMMG and other folks have gotten involved in these lawsuits also. So they're helping back those lawsuits right now, which shows kind of a concerted effort, in my opinion, from our side, that, hey, you know, a lot of these guys are in it together, and we're banding together as a group. So as something comes out, I will certainly let you guys know. Jason says, are FMK polymer lowers any good? I stocked up on lowers before the Washington gun ban. I honestly don't know. I've never put my hands on one of the FMK polymers. I would just say any polymer lower, just be careful with it. You know, don't push it beyond what it's capable of doing. I think you know what you've got when you have a polymer lower, and you just don't expect more out of it. I mean, they wouldn't be my go-to gun in anything that I was expecting to run a whole lot of rounds through. And that's just my opinion. Again, no experience with FMK polymer lowers, but I have run some polymer lowers. Let's see. The Sentinel says, have you looked into the 5 Second Amendment cases before the Second Circuit, which may have the strongest arguments in conclusion? I have a lot of notes on that. I'm probably going to be doing a video on that in the next couple of days. It depends on some information that I'm waiting on to come back to me right now. As that happens, hopefully I will be able to put a video out very, very soon. So hopefully, excuse me, we can get that a little bit more information on that very, very soon. If NRA goes poof, then GOA others will rise, which will benefit us more. That's not totally untrue. I don't disagree with you there. The only thing is, we do need all of these pro-gun groups to fight these anti-gun groups. One group can't do it on their own. So there's so much money, billions of dollars, that's funneled into the anti-gun movement that we need all these organizations. Are some of the pro-gun organizations better than others? Of course there are. They are. GOA, of course, I still consider to be the best and the strongest one. But do we need the NRA? Do we need FPC? Do we need NAGR? Yes, we do. We need it. We need them all. No one pro-gun, Second Amendment rights group can fight all this on their own. So we need them. So my hope is that with the implosion of the NRA, hopefully that forces them to get rid of Wayne LaPierre and make the necessary changes to be able to stay afloat. If they just go down in flames with him, then they deserve what they get. But they have an opportunity to make a change. And of course, voting on board members and all that kind of stuff, and the vice president, Wayne LaPierre, will happen in Indianapolis at the NRA annual meeting. So there's some things that could take place. Who knows? Diane Breed says, is there not anyone high enough in chain to hold Biden accountable for getting the Ukrainian prosecutor fired for investigating into the meddling of Joe and his son? No, there's not. Unfortunately, no one cares about that. You know, no one that has any kind of power. The Democrats still hold all power. So no one seems to be interested in that. Let's see, what's this? Casper says pistol brace is in court tomorrow and we won't hear for a couple of months. Got you. I was not aware of that. Bill says, question, if Russia attacks you from the rear, would Greece help? Man, if Russia attacks Turkey, I think a lot of stuff happens at that point. I really do. I think that a lot of that happened. A lot of what's happening in that area, they're keeping more of they're trying to keep it up in the northern part, or at least in Europe. And I think that's keeping everybody somewhat happy down the Mideast and further in those areas. If Russia would be crazy, first of all, to attack anybody else. And I just think that they are so stretched and so thin on resources right now that I couldn't imagine them, attacking somebody like Turkey, who's got a little bit of money and they have some allies in the region over there. So I'm not sure. Is there a report of that? I had not heard that Russia was thinking or even considering to attack Turkey. Greece, who knows with Greece? Greece is broke. Does Greece have any money to do anything? They're still broke. So I don't know that Greece is capable of doing anything to help anyone. Krabby McCragface says, funny story in Detroit. Guy obtained a lawyer alleging police brutality. Police department video proved that's a lie. Ha! I think I saw the video you're talking about. Glass on my AR. Man, depending on what we've got, I actually have a new optic, and you can't see it up there, and I can't touch it because this is a live stream and YouTube will take this down. But I have on this CMMG, if you want to call it a mutant, you can. On this CMMG up here, I've got a brand new, it's kind of cool. It's by Steiner. I like Steiner stuff. To me, Steiner makes really high quality stuff. Of course, I'm always about Aimpoint. Anything, the Aimpoint Pro is really a good go-to from a battery life and all that. But I like optics that have an etched reticle. Not all optics, of course, have an etched reticle. Leupold had, and I can't think of what it was, but Leupold had a really good etched reticle at one time, but you could also illuminate it. They discontinued that, and I loved it. It was one of my favorite ones. I only bought one, and I wish I'd have bought 5 if I'd have known they were going to discontinue that model. Been waiting for somebody else to come out with an etched reticle, and no one else has until that Steiner up there. And I don't have the box or anything in here. It's on the bar at my house right now. I'll have to show you guys. I'll probably do a review on that Steiner optic. It's a really good optic. It looks really robust. It's actually got a Picatinny rail on top if you want to put some other type of optic on there. So yeah, I'll do something on that, but it has an etched reticle. In fact, it has a T reticle on it, where the Leupold that I had with the etched reticle, it had a circle in it. So let's see. I mean, we'll see how that one does. I'm not saying that's the best one. They're just good for me. I'm always one of these kind of people that I wouldn't say I'm paranoid, but I always worry that anything that's battery operated the battery's going to run out when I need it the most. And anything that's solar operated is not going to provide the amount of power that I need. Some of those just don't stay as lit as long and as bright as I'd like them to. Honey Island Outfitters, best place to build a 556 AR platform. Man, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know there's all kinds of places to do it. I know there's a lot of clubs that in various cities where you can go in there and you can actually do some pretty cool stuff in like a class where they'll bring all your stuff to you and you can build your AR from the ground up. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat how they do that. J2808 says, when are we going to take America back for what it is? I don't know, man. I mean, it's in the crapper right now. Who knows? I mean, that's one of these kind of things where you just kind of wonder at what point does the other side have enough? We've had enough. But for instance, the perfect example is when Trump said, spoke about red flag gun laws and said, don't worry about due process, take the guns first. We had a problem with that. And many of us were very vocal about it. But it seems that whenever the left does stupid things and says stupid things, nobody on their side calls them out on it. We're honest about it. We at least speak out and say, whoa, we're not about that. But they won't do that. So I don't understand why they have such a different culture altogether, and they can't see truth for what it is and see a lie for what it is and call it out, but they won't do it. Let's see. Yeah, Krabby's right. NRA does have the lobbying money. Of course, it appears they're spending it in all the wrong places. They won't do what they should have been doing with force. Let's see. Just checking y'all's questions, buddies. See, I've not used any primary arms optics. I really haven't. I know they're out of Texas. I'm surprised that I haven't because it's right next door to me. But I haven't. I guess I need to get my hands on one. I do want to try out. Was it a primary arms or was it Holosun? Which one had that new night vision? One of them did. I don't remember which one it was. Sorry for bringing that up because I don't remember who it was now. Any more questions? Anybody? I do want to make sure that you all understand that tomorrow night, let me see if I can't get over here to it. If you have not joined in with the Think Town podcast that we have on Monday nights, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. I invite you to. I want to show you something real quick that we're doing that's pretty cool. So that's our website. And here we go. This is our host right now. Of course, there's me on there. Can you guys see that? Let me make sure. Yep. There's me. There's my friend Kendall Pruitt. He's also one of the guys on HOAPD. There's Chad. A lot of you guys may know Chad from years back. He used to help me out with the gun stuff. And Mackenzie. She's really good. Very outspoken, strong conservative woman. She adds a lot to the live stream, and just glad to have her on board. We put our episodes out there, as you can see. They're also on podcasts. But look right here. This is pretty neat right here. The Tippmann Arms M422 Elite giveaway. This is cool. You guys need to check this out. This is something that we will be giving away at NRA show. It is the Tippmann Arms M422 Elite, and it's the GOA model. It's actually right behind me. If you're looking at this, you can probably see it. It is 22 caliber semi-automatic tactical rimfire rifle with aluminum upper and lower receivers and all the features of a true M4. The M422 is largely mil-spec compatible and will accept most AR-15 stocks, handguards, and sights. The M422 has the look, feel, and controls of a true M4 and is a perfect platform for competition and training applications or backyard plinking. I like the fact that you can use this thing so much. It's got the flip up sights that come with it also. It's got the proprietary magazines by Tippmann Arms that also makes that 22 long rifle feed properly. Some of them, if you'll probably notice some of the old, if you've used any other type of platforms like this, an AR platform that runs a 22 long rifle, they don't feed properly. They have a proprietary magazine and it feeds very, very well using that. So Tippmann Arms did a good job on that. So you want to check that out, guys. It's pretty cool. Down here, 11 ways to enter. Of course, you sign up for my newsletter, Legally Armed America. You can also visit the Thinktown podcast on YouTube. You can subscribe to the podcast. You can visit Thinktown podcast on Facebook, visit Thinktown podcast on Instagram, visit Thinktown Live on Twitter, visit Legally Armed America on YouTube, visit Legally Armed America on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, refer friends for extra entries, and you can click for a daily bonus entry. The one thing we do ask is that if you are in a state that you cannot receive this rifle, please don't enter, because we're not going to be able to send it to you. And we don't have a consolation prize that we send in its place. So if you win and we find that we can't send it to your state, we'll go on to the next person and choose them for this. So I would definitely encourage anybody in a communist unfree state, maybe that you make sure you don't try to enter it if for some reason you are in one of those states that won't allow you to receive it. But check that out. Tomorrow night, we will be again on at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And I know for sure we'll be talking about the Trump thing. There's going to be more information out tomorrow on the Trump stuff, because we know that Stormy Daniels has been summoned by the courts, and so has Michael Cohen, which that's Trump's former lawyer who paid Stormy Daniels, the porn star. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff. So we will definitely be talking in depth about a lot of this tomorrow. Guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Tomorrow night, you'll want to catch it. It's going to be a good show. Again, all four of us will be on here. Don't forget, it's going to be, again, me, Kendall, Chad, and Mackenzie. We'll all be on tomorrow night, and it's going to be a great show. Hopefully you guys can catch it with us and add to it. I mean, just like what we do here, we can take questions, comments, and all that, and you guys can actually be a part of the show by commenting or whatever. We're happy to do that kind of stuff, and we have some other really cool giveaways that we're going to be doing going forward. So far, I have 3 different guns that we're going to be doing giveaways with very soon. Obviously, this Tippmann Arms gun. We have a CMMG rifle that we're going to be giving away. And we also have a 6-hour P365 Macro X that we're going to be giving away with a custom fit Falco holster with it. So we got some neat stuff coming up, guys. So, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know this was a short one, but I just wanted to reach out and talk to you guys for a brief moment, talk about some things coming up that we're going to be doing live streams again tomorrow. And we're going to be keeping our eye on this Trump thing to see what's really going on here. And I'll make sure and pass it on to you guys. Thanks, folks. Have a good Sunday evening. Have a safe Sunday evening. Enjoy your family. Love you guys. Take care.